I'll come to that legal part slightly later, Mr. Chidambaram, since you are a noted lawyer too. However, if, as the BJP says, a community, an OBC community, forget about even OBC for the moment, let's drop that. A community has been hurt. What's the harm in apologizing, Mr. Chidambaram? In our religion, and I'm sure religions across the world, it is said that, if you seek apology, your stature grows. You do not become a small man by apology. Mr. Gandhi, somehow to me it appears, has been so combative on not asking an apology or not seeking an apology, as if he thinks that, there is something wrong with seeking an apology. There's nothing wrong in seeking an apology.
Until this judgment came, nobody was saying that a community had been defamed. Nobody.
No, it was the case of the MLA.
That is the case.
Yeah,
that is the
he
case.
went to the court.
Until the judgment is delivered, the apology was asked for the remarks in England, not for this statement on Kolar in 2019, number one. Number two, as Gargji pointed out today, I forsworn caste 65 years ago. Therefore, I don't believe in caste. I am very anti-caste. I don't accept caste labels. I don't recognize anybody's caste.
That's why I said, let's just leave aside the caste.
Let's ask the question. Lalit Modi is not a OBC. Nirav Modi is not an OBC. If Lalit Modi and Nirav Modi were not offended,
no, they are fugitives of the law.
That is precisely the point. We are taking examples of fugitives of the law, and then you say the entire Modi community. I did not even know, honestly, I did not even know that Modi was a caste name.
Well, that's what Mr. Rahul Gandhi brought into the public domain by saying that why do all thieves have...
Did he mention the caste?
He mentioned Modi's surname.
He mentioned the surname, not a caste. Maybe...
But that's a slur.
Is it a caste? I don't know. Do you know?
I'm not too sure about whether it is.
The point is, you're not too sure about it.
Exactly.
Suddenly a surname has become...
But they say it's an OBC caste. BJP
I
says
don't know.
OBC.
I believe not in the list of castes. Anyway, this is according to me, futile exercise.
But my larger point was, Mr. Chidambaram, that what's the harm in seeking an apology if people feel they have been slandered?
You are mixing up two things. The apology was asked for remarks made in Delhi.
I'm saying in the court proceedings, he could have actually gone and said, okay, look here.
In the court proceedings, have you seen his evidence? He said, I had no intention to defame any caste. He said that. And suddenly a man, anyway, I don't want to comment more and more on the case. In the court proceedings, please look at Mr. Gandhi's evidence. He said, listen, it was a rhetorical question in answer to somebody's question. I had no intention to defame anyone, much less the complainant. He said all that in the court.
Now, Mr. Chidambaram, BJP says that, your party actually played along or orchestrated this disqualification because you want to make him a martyr ahead of the Karnataka election.
Yes, I agree. We asked Mr. Purnesh Modi to file the complaint 3 days after the Kolar speech in Surat. We in fact told the judge, please drag this delay for the trial for a long time. We in fact sent word to the High Court judge, please stay the trial until the last but 1 year of the Modi government. And then we requested the judge to impose the maximum punishment of 2 years. And we also told the Lok Sabha Secretariat, please disqualify us in 24 hours. I agree with you.
I get the pun, but you're not answering the question. Are you trying to take political mileage out of this?
What is the political mileage? You have handed over a political issue for debate by getting the prosecutor or the complainant demand and get the maximum punishment imposed under law. And then your Lok Sabha Secretariat or whoever, the authority, I don't know, within 24 hours, what we call haste post haste, you disqualify. Now, if this is not a political issue, then what are we in politics for? This is a political issue. You have made it a political issue by silencing one of the leading voices of the democratic opposition. And my fear is, my prediction is, they will try to silence more voices, one by one.
Now, let us accept that argument. Then the point, Mr. Chidambaram, is that opposition still has a considerable space in this country, over 200 member of parliament in the House Lok Sabha. Why can't the opposition of this country get to a level where it is in a position to reasonably stall what opposition would dub as government's whim and fancy? Why can't you people, either collectively or Congress party as the party which has a pan-India presence, raise itself in the eyes of the people to regain the confidence of the people and ensure that there is a strong bulwark against the government? Because they say that the strength of a democracy lies in a strong opposition.
But we are trying to speak.
That's all right, but politically...
Please understand, Parliament is the place for speech, which is why there is an article of the Constitution which says anything said in Parliament, anything, I can say the extreme things in Parliament, nobody can be called in question for what he says in Parliament.
Yes.
That is the only place in the country, not even the courts, where you can say anything and you can't be asked why you said that. You can expunge under some rule, but otherwise you can't. Parliament is intended to be a place for speech. And we are trying to speak, and you don't allow us to speak. You drown us. You drown our voices by shouting louder. And there was an episode where for 18 or 20 minutes the mics were silenced, and somebody explained it, and a very sympathetic journalist put it out as a technical glitch. Whatever. The point is, allow us to speak. We will debate, you will debate, and then we will decide. People will decide. But I can understand a debate ending in some noise and sound and fury. But a debate doesn't start because there is only sound and fury. Why don't you debate? Why doesn't Mr. Goel, the leader of the House, and the leader of the House in the other House, Lok Sabha, stand up and start the debate? Start the debate that this remarks in England were bad, or why don't you start the debate? There is a member of Parliament who has been convicted by a magistrate court, so we want to discuss the status of OBCs. You raise any debate. Every debate that we raise, at least as far as the Rajya Sabha is concerned, the similar situation of the Lok Sabha, under Rule 267, every notice, I'm not mincing words, every notice is rejected. How can it be? There are no matters of urgent public importance in this country which need to be debated. Why have the rule? Who made the rule? We made the rule. The members made the rule. The members acknowledged that there will be matters of urgent public importance which have to be raised at 11 o'clock, setting aside the listed business for the day. And therefore we made the rule. But we've been trying for the last 6 months, according to Derek O'Brien, for 6 or 7 or 8 months, not one notice under Rule 267 has been allowed by the presiding officer. Are we to believe and lead to the conclusion that there's no matter of urgent public importance in this country? What about the Chinese incursions? What about unemployment? What about inflation? No matter of urgent public importance? How can it be?